Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. And the S is for spit. I don't know where Brandon went. He disappeared during the intro. I see his butt pillow. It looks pretty stained.
Sorry, I was ejected. So.
Oh, you were ejected. Got it.
Yeah, I know you guys were really waiting for us to talk about the first game of the season, but
Yes.
I hocked a loogie. Gotta go.
Gotta get out.
Sorry, teammates. Sorry, guys.
Only on GPS will there be the chat actively rooting for me to spit virtually on my co-hosts. That's what a freaking way. Dude,
what a game.
Before the first offensive snap, we had an injury, right? And someone got carted off. We had Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott and then getting ejected. And then fast forward, I mean, AJ Dillon even had a good run. It was a crazy night. But then after that, we found out cameras that Dak Prescott spit first, just like Han shot first. And then, of course, we had an hour rain delay. Like, holy crap, man. Football's back. It's all the way back.
Yeah, that was bizarre. It was wild.
Sure.
I was discombobulated heading into that game.
Yeah.
I had so many issues. And then to have all that happen, I couldn't really like process it all. So yeah, I've never seen that. I've never seen one that the kickoff happened, and then there's this injury delay. And then that's kind of going on for, longer than normal. And you're like, oh shoot. Ben Van Summeren, he's getting carted off. And then it's still like all of a sudden this little flag pops up and you're like, there's also a penalty now?
Yeah.
And then when they cut to Jalen Carter, just
delay the game for the injury.
Spitting. Yeah. Sorry, Eagles, you've been penalized. Your injured player's taking too long to get the hell off the field. To see a player spit on an opposing quarterback? Like that's nuts. Not a guard. Nope. Not a long snapper, not a second string tight end. All guys you can get away with spitting
if it was a long snapper.
Yeah, you can spit on any of those players and you're just going to get penalized. But a quarterback? Jalen, my man, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's...
And then we were treated to one half of really entertaining football.
It was really good.
And then Mother Nature ended that game.
Sorry, Z.
Yeah, Mother Nature ended that.
I mean, there was no other points that were scored after that. Like, we had not seen punters, and then
3 second half points after 41 first half points.
Yep.
And the scariest part, Tom, is Scooter's prediction from yesterday started to look a little too good.
Dude, the chat was freaking out. They're like, wait a minute, this looks like it could actually happen. And I was like, Scooter will never. And of course, as soon as the game's over, Scooter's like, we should have won. They could have used a guy like Micah Parsons. But, we'll get there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was like, oh, God.
I'm so sorry, Eduardo. Oh, boy.
Yeah, he was
reading on the sideline the whole time.
He was right about Adoree Jackson. Adoree had kind of a rough night, in my opinion.
Yep.
When Dallas was trying to get into range for that field goal before halftime, it looked like they might have to settle for a very long field goal attempt. I was like, it's not going to be a 72-yarder, but Scooter was calling that as well.
True.
It was on pace to be a 35-38 score, which I was like,
it was scary.
Fudge.
We all just, if the Cowboys won that game with that exact score, that would have been tough. It would have been, I don't know if I would have shown up. I would have shown up to clickbait.
We would have showed up. We'd have let Scooter have his victory lap. You know what, though? I saw Scooter. He was on some local Cowboys.
I saw that
radio, or I think it's a radio guys who have their YouTube channel now. But they're like, if not, they're like beat reporters. They're like real legit people who cover the Cowboys, right?
A new record.
Yes. He had to sound like he knew what he was talking about. So I think Scooter's been paying extra close attention to the football part of the Dallas Cowboys and not just the fandom part.
Can I tell you, I thought the exact same thing. I was just like, oh, somebody's been reading lying. Like,
Yeah, because even when we was
looking
talking yesterday, I was like, this is way more insightful than Cowboys are going to kill him because Jalen Hurts is overrated.
Scooter comes on clickbait with just vibes every time. And listen, it works. It
Yeah, I love
100% works. But yeah,
he had his shit in order. Respect, Scooter. Respect.
Was there anything besides the spitting that surprised you about this game? Like, taking a look at those defenses, I think you assumed that the Cowboys defense maybe wasn't going to be so great because, you know, they lost Micah Parsons. But the Eagles, pretty sloppy in the beginning on defense, and I expected a little bit more from that. However, of course, not having Jalen Carter is a
game record.
He's an anchor on that D line, and so the fact that he was out before their first defensive snap, that obviously was going to have an impact on the game. So I'm curious to see what when Jalen Carter gets back, what that defense looks like, because they lost some key pieces during the offseason, but you're like, all right, they have Jalen Carter, you're fine. So there's that. And then the other question I have is, everyone was asking after the Jalen Carter thing, is he going to get suspended? And now there's the Dak Prescott who spit on the ground, right? He did spit on the ground. It's very different from spitting on a player.
Yeah.
My question is, do you think that both of them should just be arrested? And then, it's like, hey, Cowboys got to do it without Dak, and Eagles got to do it without Jalen. And that's it. Because the amount of that's assault, that's battery, there was everything in the chat. And I was like, I don't think they're going to face any legal ramifications for this.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I jail's fine. I think maybe Jerry should have to trade Dak. Maybe Jerry should have to trade Dak too. That would be tough. Although the way Dak tackled in that game,
for jail.
Dax was technically better than Micah Parsons against the run, so that's a tricky call for Jerry. Honestly, I think sloppy is the best word for Philadelphia. Yeah. I thought Jihad Campbell had a really good game for the Eagles, coming in as a rookie linebacker. I thought him playing well was a nice, I don't want to say surprise, because I think a lot of people thought he might be pretty good quickly, but you lose a guy like Jalen, some other players need to step up, and I thought he did. But the penalties for Philly, I think if you're a Cowboys fan, the one concern you have outside of the drops from CeeDee Lamb, they were bad too, but
and that last one, I don't blame him for. He's a diving attempt, right? The one before that was significantly worse.
Yeah, but even the diving attempt, he didn't get the ball in his hands. He should have, what I'll say, he should have grabbed the football, and the hard part of that is then securing it after you hit the ground. Sure. I could have forgiven him if the ground caused him to drop it, but he was just like, ugh. But
so sorry.
Oh, the Cowboys, their touchdowns were set up by Eagles penalties.
Yes.
So I don't think you really understand, you've got a second half where there's all these missed opportunities, and then you have a first half where I think the Cowboys offense is probably inflated because 2 pass interference penalties on 3rd and longs kept drives alive, and they were legit pass interference. They weren't gifted to them.
Yeah.
And you could argue if there wasn't pass interference, maybe it's a catch there or whatever. But and then the taunting penalty on Nolan Smith for flexing after making an incredible play. I thought Philly had too many penalties. I thought Dallas actually did a decent job stopping Saquon Barkley in the run game. And
not Jalen Hurts, but yes. Jalen Hurts was phenomenal last night, dude. Holy cow. Jalen Hurts looked like Superman.
Well, and that was just Jalen, either turning plays that were very well covered into successful runs or, just taking advantage of some of those situations. But I thought he was extending plays, and then there's just openings for him to run. So that's really hard to defend. But with Saquon going down, so the injury on the kickoff by Ben Van Sumeren.
Yeah.
He was converted from linebacker to fullback. So part of the way the Eagles were going to run their offense was with him playing fullback. So did Dallas do a great job stopping the run, or did the Eagles kind of have to adjust how they ran the ball because their plan was to have a fullback out there on a lot of plays as well? So there's a lot of caveats, I think, in this entire game, but